Two boys, Ralph, Robert Downey, Jr., and Scott, Kiefer Sunderland, hitchhike home from college, arriving on Easter morning and shout their greetings across the glen to their families during a lakeside Easter sunrise service, much to the amusement of Ralph's younger sister, Beth, Winona Ryder, and mother, Evie, and embarrassment of Scott's mother, Jessie, and father, Cliff. Later that day, they drive Scott's older brother, Alden, who is shipping off to Vietnam, to the bus depot. Alden and Scott fight when Scott accuses the Marine of being afraid to go to Vietnam. Their father arrives, wondering what is going on. A few weeks later, Scott and Ralph again return home from college to attend Beth's high school graduation, where they learn that Ralph has flunked out of college, thus making him eligible to be drafted. The boys decide to spend the summer on the road, living out of their van, experiencing all the freedom that the counterculture has to offer. Eventually, they arrive back at their hometown in the middle of its summer festival, where they learn that Alden has disappeared and is considered Mia. Ralph and Scott hatch a plan to steal their files from the local draft board office. But they are caught, and Ralph is arrested. Scott is now determined to avoid Ralph's fate, planning to head to Canada to avoid the draft. Scott invites Beth to travel with him on his trip, and to stay away until the end of the war. Admitting their attraction to each other, they make love in the van. Later, they decide to visit Ralph in jail to tell him they are leaving. Ralph reveals in a very sarcastic tone that he actually wants to go to Vietnam. When he learns that his friend and his sister have had sexual relations, he disowns Scott and ignores Beth. Scott and Beth get to the Canada-US border and are about to cross but have a change of heart and head back to Maryland. When they get home, they learn of Alden's death in the line of duty. Scott leads a huge march downtown in the midst of the funeral, where Ralph is released from jail and the friends are reunited. The film ends with a narration by Scott, announcing that his family and friends later join hundreds of thousands of other Americans towards Washington, D.C., to protest the Vietnam War.